Hey guys, welcome to Final Inferno, the 7th and final level in Rush of Blood. Now I'm doing this as a 100% walkthrough showing you all the collectibles on Psychotic difficulty. Now there are no secrets, just 20 collectibles. Now normally in the previous walkthroughs I did it as one long cut, but this one I actually did it over 3 different runs, kind of pieced it together. Rest assured it's all on Psychotic difficulty. It was just much easier and was getting kind of tired having to delete save files and everything. But here we go, right at the very beginning. Immediately look to the left, number 1. Number 2 in the same room, if you look up and to the right in front of that pillar up there to the right. And we're going to go break through this door and find number 3. We got 4 of them right off the bat here. So that was number 3. Number 4 is just ahead out in the distance. So simple as that. Now a lot of these collectibles, you're going to have a very small window in which to acquire them, which is why I did this in 3 different runs. And the next 2 is going to be, you got a split second in order to get both of them. So as you're coming down, you're going to make a right turn, and then a small straightaway, and then another right turn. Number 5 is going to be immediately to the right. Number 6 is just after that to the left. So here we go. Number 5, bam. Number 6, bam. You got to be very quick to get both of those. All right, so now we've slowed things down. Now this level is basically one long boss fight, and actually there's a couple sequences during it which can be proved quite difficult. So again, we're going to go ahead and try to do this. If you're doing it on Psychotic difficulty, you remember there are no checkpoints. If you fail, you got to start from the beginning. But our next Skittle is just up here to the left of this shotgun pickup. So as soon as you pick it up and look left, it's really easy to get that one. You'll see it probably. Now you see another one up high, way up there. You can try shooting it. Of course, that dude just got in our way. I didn't shoot it, but don't worry, because we're going to go right past that one a little bit later in this level. Alright, so at this point, just shoot his hand. Pretty easy, simple. And now you're going to see another Skittle, which again are just bowling pins dressed up as clowns, right in front of those stalagmites over here. And you're going to have another one to the right-hand side. Really easy to see this one. You probably won't miss it. In fact, a lot of these collectibles in this level are really easy to find. As far as all the levels, this is probably the easiest one to get it. Although, again, there are a lot of times where you have just a very short time window in order to which to shoot them. Alright, so now we're going to head into kind of the first phase of the boss fight. Now, as you lean left, avoid that. You're going to have 2 collectibles, one there and one up high. So make sure you get both of those on the right-hand side. Now this, you're going to deal with this kind of worm thing quite a bit in this level. And you're going to have to shoot these little fireballs that he shoots out. Buy your time until you see this spot right, the weak spot, open up. When that weak spot opens up, you have a few seconds in order to shoot it. And you have to put a lot of damage in there using your pistols. The starter weapons aren't going to do it because you have to destroy it real quick. If you don't destroy it quick enough, it will just end your run. You will die. So we've done it twice now. He showed us the weak spot 2 different times. Shooting some more fireballs out here. Making sure we're reloaded before that weak spot opens. Now at the end, you just got to shoot the end of the tail here. And that'll do it. We're going to move on. Speaking of moving on, we're going to find our next collectible as soon as we kind of go back into the cave here. Our 12th Skittle already. It's going to be immediately to the right. It's going to be in the dark right in the middle of the stalagmites over there. Alright, you're going to have some hand swipes here. It's going to be a double, so make sure you shoot them both. And we're going to have another collectible. Skittle number 13 is immediately to the right. I think this is the one that we saw earlier and we couldn't shoot. But get that immediately to the left, right behind the spider, is going to be the next one. So make sure you get both of those back to back. And there's going to be another one in the next phase of the boss fight as you enter the area to the left. Alright, so same thing with this. You're going to have to deal with those fireballs, hit the weak spot when it presents itself. Now it's going to add additional phases into the fight. And this is kind of where it can get a little tricky. Go ahead and shoot the weak spot here. Now you're going to see some gun pickups here. So you want to pick those up. and then shoot. You got to be real quick here. These guys can swarm you and get on you real quick. Using this explosive rounds from this gun will make this a little bit easier. But again, you still have to be quick. If you could survive the initial onslaught, it's actually pretty easy and manageable at that point. Alright, some more guns, so make sure you restock there. And same thing. Now these things start to kind of come at you quicker. As this level progresses, they'll be from shorter distances and you'll just have to be a little quicker. But it's not too difficult at this point. You can see now it's a little closer. Make sure you look up and to the right there. And there we go. Shoot the end and we'll move on.
What are you doing? Stop hurting me.
You don't have to worry about these guys here on the ground. They won't bother you. But if you're going for points, of course, you want to shoot anything you can.
Save us, Josh. Why did you want us to die?
Alright, so we're heading out of the cave to a big open area here. And our buddy's waiting for us out here in the distance. Now we're going to come across another collectible here in just a moment. But first, deal with the double hand swipe here. And up to the right of this archway, as we go into the cave, you'll see it. But you only have a split second again to get that, because his body will kind of block it. So make sure you get that. Now we're going to find another one after this little sequence. Just to the right. As soon as that ends, you'll see it. Don't worry about any of the other creatures here. You have plenty of time to get that. Nothing's going to kill you with the exception of that lava. So make sure you're leaning to the left. And then leaning to the right here. Alright, so this one is the final one. It's really difficult. So you want to get your gun pickups. Now there's going to be a collectible as soon as the worm thing moves straight in the very back right there. Alright, so first phase. Same thing as the previous ones. This is not too difficult. You actually have 2 waves of this that you have to deal with. So 2 weak spots we're going to shoot. And you should be able to do both of these with these SMGs that we picked up as when we entered this area. You can see this thing's close, so you're going to have to be a little quicker. Again, try to make sure you're reloaded and stocked when you're shooting the weak spot. Now at this point, you're going to have a couple guns. You want to pick those up right away because these are really good at killing these spiders real quick. And you want to ideally kill these as fast as you can. And be careful because they'll shoot venom at you. And you want to try to kill them as quickly as you can and still keep rounds available. You don't want to get back to your little pistols. So another wave of the weak spots things here. Now the hard part is really kind of the making sure we have guns for the final weak spot section that we have to do. So what's going to happen is we're going to have a couple guns here. I'm going to leave those. I'm just going to use what I have, burn all my guns, all my ammo, and eventually I'm going to just probably be stuck with my starting guns here. But I'm actually not going to use those 2 pickups because I want to use them for the final section here. So you got to be quick, but you can do it. Because if you're stuck with the starting guns for the final weak spot, you're not going to be able to shoot it fast enough. So as soon as that wave is over, I'm going to make sure I pick up those 2 gun pickups. And this is going to allow me to have the power to shoot the weak spot. Again, if you're left with just your little starting pistols, you're probably not going to shoot that weak spot fast enough, and then it's immediate death. So, woo, that was it. That was probably the hardest section in the entire game, actually. At this point, it's going to be pretty easy, but we do have 2 more collectibles we have to get, and we're going to find them in the next area here. So as you're coming around this bend, look to the right. There's number 1. There's going to be another one by a gun pickup, again on the right-hand side. Right by this next one, right behind it. So not much left we have to do. You're just gonna meet face to face with this big gigantic demon. Which, by the way, this part was really cool in VR. I absolutely loved it. And I'm gonna shoot his heart here. And that's it. That is the game. That is the final level and final mission. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. As you can see, we got 20 out of 20 with collectibles. Make sure you guys subscribe.